Hey everybody, breaking news. We have the catalog, the official catalog for the Disney A-2-Z pin event in 2026. That's right. Are we going to get a lot of grails or a bunch of flops? Let us know your thoughts and comments down below in the description. So let's get started. Like, subscribe, comment, do all the fun things. Just a small prediction recap of what I thought the A-to-Z event was going to be based on information we got last year. Jess Willis had said lots of characters you don't see too often were going to appear in this year's event. Some of the movies and themes that we saw in the preview for the monthly releases leading up to the A-to-Z event include all of the movies and characters listed on the screen for you. I personally thought that it was going to be a smart or scholarly themed event, so like a lot of book smart characters, possibly street smarts. Like there are different smarts or intelligence levels and aptitudes out there. Or I thought it was also going to be possibly underrepresented characters, and I think I'm proven right for a 50-50 on both of those ideas. So let's get started. We did have some missing characters, the M, or letters I should say, in the preview. The M and the N. We still don't know what those are. They're going to be revealed either the month prior to this event, so in August, or possibly earlier in September before this event actually takes place. Or third option is that it's going to release at Walt Disney World's pin event during this event. So we just don't know at this time. Those are just speculations. We could see movies and shows from the early 2000s in that experimental period, if you will. Very excited and hopeful for a good variety, not just your typical Mickey and Minnie or your I would prefer to see more random characters than your commonplace characters that we keep seeing over and over again, okay? Also, the M and the N could potentially be linked to next year's pin event announcement, which I really, really hope is the case. I would love to see more rare characters and things I'm personally very close to, but they don't have a lot of pins or hardly any merch for. So let's get started. The first series we're talking about is the film storybooks. This is your gachapon, your capsule pins. These are going to be priced at $20 a pin. It's a mystery set, 10 limited edition of 500, 2 chasers, which include Beauty and the Beast and Peter Pan. I kind of like the concept here. I did say in a previous prediction video that there were going to be a lot of books, potentially a lot of smart or intelligent characters. So I think books here would be a very, very fun concept to have. They've done books in the past, yes they have, but this is a little different compared to your Loungefly pins or some of your previous book-related releases from Disney. So we have Mulan, Encanto, Jungle Book, Little Mermaid, Cinderella, Aladdin, Moana, Sleeping Beauty, Winnie the Pooh, 101 Dalmatians, and 2 chasers, which include Beauty and the Beast and Peter Pan. A lot of these book covers and artwork include characters that are sidekicks rather than the actual main characters themselves, so I think that's pretty fun. I don't think we're going to go after any of these, but if you are a book lover, I definitely recommend adding these to your collection. Once Upon a Time, limited edition of 750, around $28, translucent fills for the background, and then the silver parts you see here are said to be sculpted metal, so I think that's a really fun concept. We definitely think that there should be a fun contrast between the silver elements and the colors that you can see there. I definitely want to add Alan of Dale. That was one of our favorite characters within this set. Clopin makes a lot of sense that you would add him because Hunchback of Notre Dame is celebrating a big anniversary this year, so it definitely makes sense. One note on the film storybooks, we would like to see a 3D element. That would be really awesome. So if they happen to do another book series in the future, consider 3D elements. I think that would be awesome. The Alphabet Collection, that's right, A through Z. We have a bunch of characters. Some of them Okay, they're less common. Most of these have big collections, big followings, so I can understand the popularity. I don't personally see too many in this collection that I would want to add to my niches, but I think there's a lot of variety here. So we have Big Al, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella with a couple of her friendly mice, Dodger and Oliver from Oliver and Company, Esmeralda and Dolly from Hunchback of Notre Dame, Figment and the Dreamfinder, Genie and Abu from Aladdin, Hercules is represented by Pain, Panic, and Hades. That one's really fun. I really like Pain and Panic, so I think that one's cool. Ichabod Crane and Mr. Toad, we want that one. We think it's going to be very, very pretty. And they're a decent size, okay? 2x2 for the most part. I think that would be very fun. Jack Skellington, I'm not quite sold on that one with the concept art alone, so I'm going to need to see some physical pins in the future. Kaa and Mowgli for Jungle Book. Madame Leota has a potential of being really cool. Maid Marian, we are interested in that one from Robin Hood. Nala and Simba. Oswald and Hortensia? Insert name, or you know what, tell me in the comments. I'm pretty sure I got that wrong. Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket, he's very tiny. Queen of Hearts, King of Hearts, and a playing card. R2-D2 for Star Tours, I believe. That one's a fun one. Stitch, we all know how I feel about the Stitch, okay? Same stinking pose. But I know some friends who are gonna want this pin. That's all I gotta say about it. Tigger and Piglet with Pooh, Eeyore, and Kanga. Possibly Owl, I think, at the top there on the surrounding blocks. That one's very cute. I do like that one. The Underminer, absolutely unique character. We've said we wanted more of the Underminer in previous videos. I think that's a really fun character. Definitely want him just on the basis that he's unique. Vanellope and Ralph. Wally and Hal, the little cricket or cockroach. Pirates, come on. You have other options for X, okay? XR from the Buzz Lightyear Star Command. You probably have some characters named Javier or Javi somewhere in the line, okay, somewhere in the universe. There are different options. Stop using pirate. X marks the spot for everything that has to do with X, alright? I don't like it. Yzma and Kronk for Y, and Zurg. That is a clean design. I want that one very much. We're interested in Emperor's New Groove as well. These look good. Hope you guys have a good time adding these to your collection. The Alphabet Block Mystery. I am very excited and very torn at the same time. Okay, there's unique characters, some of which don't have pins, or they have very few pins. So this is a 3D building element. That's right. The Pin team over at Disney and Jess Willis created an idea where you can form three-dimensional cubes with these tiles. So it's kind of like a Rubik's Cube that you can build out of pins, and I absolutely love this concept. We think it's really great. I love the different characters on here. We've got some beef, okay, but let me go through all the characters so you can get a feel for it. First off, I just want to say there are 4 different logo pins to make up the last 4 spacers for the alphabet, okay? And basically, I don't love that they just included some random castle silhouettes for land and world. I would prefer something a little more unique. We've got Mickey Mouse, of course, he's the head honcho, so great, good for you. And then we have Professor Owl, who is the mascot of this event. Definitely think that's a good choice for this particular design. Now let's get into the characters. A for Archimedes, B for Bolt, C for Caterpillar. His name is Absalom. How dare you not do the research, Disney Pin crew? You know his name, okay? There are so many characters you could have included instead of C for Caterpillar. Chick Hicks comes to mind as a really fun, interesting character. I know he's like a bad guy or conceited, but that makes more sense to me, okay? D for Daisy, E for Emile, F for Fozzie Bear, G for Gaston. H for Hey Hey, I for Ian Lightfoot, J for Jiminy Cricket, K for Kanga, L for Lewis Robinson, M for Morph, N for Nephews. Are you flipping kidding? Come on. Huey, Dewey, and Louie. They have names. They're individual, their own personalities. You could have used different characters with N. There is a plethora of options out in the world. O for Oliver, P for Pongo, Q for the Ambassador Questa, which is a unique character. It's from Elio. If you haven't seen the movie, you should. Very highly recommended by me. I like it. It's a unique character. Good for you. Rapunzel for R, Star for S. I am going to say it again. They could have used a plethora of different characters. T for Toad. You got Ursula for U, and then Ursula's human form for V. Come on, you could have used Victor from Frankenweenie. You could have used, I'm sure there are some other options here, okay? There's just, why? You put two characters of the same person. It's like two sides of the same person, okay? Wade from Elemental for W. X is Zenny, and she is actually from the Pixar shorts. It was the Inside Out shorts, okay, when they do Riley's Dreams. I think that is a very unique character. She might have an Adorbs now that I think about it. So this is possibly the very first introduction of Zenny to the Pin world, or it's the second one. I cannot remember, so if you know definitively, please let me know in the comments. Y we've got Yensid, and Z we've got Zeus. There's a lot of potential for this to be epic and make something really, really cool in the future for other pin events or other mystery boxes, and I'm here for it. I do like a lot of the characters that they included today in this particular set. There's just those little snippets of they could have done better, okay? Or there wasn't quite they weren't quite hitting the mark on some things. These ABC giant letters killed it. We want these. I love these so much. Okay, they included a good variety of characters in this particular series. Abby Mallard, Arthur, aka Wart, so that's a really fun one. But he's King Arthur in this particular pin. Absolutely love that. Ariel in her blue dress, Aladdin, Archimedes, and Anastasia from Cinderella. That's a really fun one. Abby Mallard, super, super happy about that inclusion. Let's go with D23. Okay, I need some more Chicken Little stuff. B, we've got Ben from Treasure Planet, Basil of Baker Street, Miss Bianca, Briar Rose. We've got Bashful from Snow White, and Bonsai from the Lion King series. So pretty cool. I really appreciate the character choice on this particular pin. And then really cool characters for the C. Now, Cinderella, that's probably the most common besides Cheshire Cat. Those two are the most common characters you could have picked for C, but I get it, I understand. I'm just glad you didn't overdo it with Cinderella, okay? So Cinderella, Clarabelle Cal, we know somebody who's going to be interested in that one. Cheshire Cat, Creeper from the Black Cauldron, very exciting. Copper from Fox and the Hound, which also has a major anniversary this year, and Cogsworth from Beauty and the Beast. The Park Storybooks. Now, we're not going to go too much into detail about these, just because it's not something that we particularly enjoy, but you guys got to know the details, okay? This is an open book concept, so many hinged pin designs out there. This one actually makes sense because it's a book. You've got some marbling on the front. You've got, I think it said a 3D sculpted castle or park icon on the front. You open it up, there's some layering, some nice detail of park icons inside the book. LE 550 at a $70 mark. We are definitely passing. We're not too interested in any of these characters or designs, but if you collect parks or any of these icons, good for you. I wish you the best of luck. Not our thing, but I am curious to see what they look like in person. The most disappointing for me is probably the Animal Kingdom. I was really hoping they would have told the Mount Everest story. They had the potential to do that, but they didn't. Or The Circle of Life. They could have done that whole play or stage show, but they didn't. The pop-up book series, very, very fun. Okay, I like it. There's a hinge, there's a felt or a cloth bookmark, which is very cool. There's marbling in the background and a folding stand to where you can like support this book if you wanted to do it in a statuesque or a paperweight type situation. That's probably not a great description on what I mean or what they mean by the folding stand, but there you have it. LE 500, $80. I think these will do very well. I'm very curious to see how the packaging is going to look for this particular concept. But you have Lady and the Tramp, Sleeping Beauty. I was going to say Beauty and the Beast. I know my movies. Sleeping Beauty with Prince Philip, Samson is horse, and Briar Rose. So that's fun. The forest scene is always a good one. And then Coda and Kenai as Brother Bears, I guess. All I gotta say is I've been super accurate with the Adorbs this year, so if we do not see Brother Bear Adorbs at D23 in the coming weeks for the announcement of the catalogs, I'm going to be very, very surprised, okay? They're doing a lot of work for Brother Bear and all the 2000s movies and shows, so I have big hopes for this. This one looks good. We might want this one. First time ever, a Mickey's of Glendale collab, which I had no idea Disney did not do that for the pin events when it's not D23. So like this is the first time apparently that they've ever done a Mickey's of Glendale collab for the annual pin event that happens every year in Florida. We have mixed feelings. I'm not a huge fan except for the Ichabod depiction, but the other half of this channel really enjoys the full thing. So it spells out pins. It's $100, limited edition of 500. They're kind of skinny when you look at the dimensions. The catalog information is going to be down below in the description, so if you want to go take a look at descriptions and prices more thoroughly, you are more than welcome, and I will provide that information. Decent concepts. Nick and Pooh both have major anniversaries this year. Fantasia was last year, and then Ichabod Crane was a couple years ago, so I think that's a really interesting design choice. This one, ooh, guys, I am so excited, guys. Oh, I'm flipping excited. This is a giant 5x5 pin, and it has a new character that I flippin' said was gonna potentially come out, because if you guys have been on the channel for a little bit, especially earlier this year, I said I did a Adorbs video predicting the influence and essential part of having DuckTales as an Adorbs set because it links to the Three Caballeros, the legend of the Three Caballeros, and I introduced you to this character, okay? Highlighted in the box is Xandra. Xandra is from the legend of the Three Caballeros, and she is a mythical goddess that helps teleport Donald and Panchito and Jose into different timelines or different eras of time, and they help, like, without spoiling too much, they help fix issues within history, okay? I cannot flip and believe it. This is so flippin' exciting. I am so stoked for this, guys. So stinking stoked. Absolutely love it. Okay, other characters listed on here. Most of these you guys already know, but let's just focus, okay? We've got the Queen of Hearts, Goofy, Bambi, Isabella from Encanto, Jumba from Lilo and Stitch, Mike Wazowski, Kermit the Frog, the Horned King, Olaf, Eeyore, Ray from Princess and the Frog, and Dopey. On the Z side, okay, we've got Nash, which is the giant dinosaur. He's from The Good Dinosaur, not our favorite movie by any means, but super excited to see him. Vixen, Fairy Godmother, Xandra. I need this pin, guys. I need this pin just for her. Thomas O'Malley, Merlin, Cogsworth, Yokai from Big Hero 6, Anxiety, which I honestly think should be on the orange side based on character design, but what have you. Scrooge McDuck, another reason I absolutely need this stinking pin. Little Brother, Pumbaa, Sebastian, and Wheezy, which is a wonderful tribute to the gentleman who plays Wheezy, because he did pass away a couple years ago while they were filming the most recent Toy Stories. So I think this is a really good tribute to that voice actor. I love him. His name is escaping me at this time, but I am very excited. Also, what do you guys think the D, F, and M on the little blocks over here to the left bottom corner of the screen mean? Like, is that another clue? Is that a clue to a future pin release? Like, are we getting clues for next year's pin event? Let me know down in the comments. There's so many things to speculate, but I am just over the moon at the fact that they included Xandra. I am so on board with incorporating these new characters. Let's do more of this, Disney. This is the best thing I've seen in years. The Villains Encyclopedia. Honestly, these kind of remind me of the notebook pins from the 2020 online pin trading event, Heroes and Villains, where it was notebooks on certain characters focusing on rarer movies. And it's basically the same concept, okay? There are a couple of pins. They're smaller in size. They range in size, actually. And they're all on, like, this foldable cardboard booklet. That's what the concept is. We do have a couple of pins for trade in the previous release of this concept. But I think this is okay. I do like the Goons. I think that's a fun one. We do have buddies who are villains centered, so good luck to you. They're picking your brain. They're picking your wallets in this event, okay? There's a sidekick encyclopedia, again with characters also featured in the Heroes and Villains event. We do like the attractions. Figment, we would probably trade him. Fast Pass, that's really fun because it includes the end date of when Fast Passes became obsolete. Disney, bring that back. We like the King Arthur's Carousel with jingles on there. I love that. I'm a huge Julie Andrews fan. If you know the lore, then very exciting. Tiki Birds, surprisingly, was one we did enjoy. Okay, that's a really nice, clean design. Dumbo, not so much. We're not a huge fan. But Mr. Toad, absolutely must have. So if you're splitting the set and you don't want Mr. Toad, hit us up over on Instagram or any of our socials down below. The Illuminated Musical Moments. This was the guest experience design, limited edition, $175. Man, this one, very interesting. I would love to know who actually won this design and kind of pick their brain as to why they chose these particular songs in Disney history. I have several suggestions as to what kind of box I would want to put together, so if you're interested in that, let me know and I can make that a video concept in the future, but I'm still so excited. So we've got Colors of the Wind, we have, Raining Flowers? The name is escaping me, okay, of what the song is in Alice. The Fantasia Symphony, or the broom scene, we don't talk about Bruno scene, and then the skating scene. It's been a while since I've seen Fantasia, so maybe it's time to revisit that movie. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to revisit that movie. And Alice, the movie is not my favorite, but hey, good for y'all. Illuminated Musical Moments. This is my second favorite thing in this entire stinking catalog. I love it so much. This is an automatic grail for us. All the characters you see on the pin here are tiny removable pins. Limited edition of 350, 200 smackaroos, and 3D sculpted shelving. That's right, 3D sculpted shelving. I love the details in here. I am very, very intrigued by what this is going to look like in person. And a little side note here, folks, is that I'll probably have to zoom in for you guys or like insert a better picture, but all of the books, or a majority of the books, surrounding the characters that you see on the screen here have little letters on some of the spines, and we detected that those could potentially be names of fellow characters within that movie surrounding that character. So, for example, Chicken Little. You've got FL, Foxy Loxy. Come on, does that correlate? You've got FOOF, Fish Out of Water. The CL in the middle would be Chicken Little. And then you've got GL, so Goosey Lucy. And I feel like that is a tribute to other characters, or like a preview to things we could see at D23. I'm really stoked about this one, okay? So let us know what other characters you think the blocks represent down in the comments. We're very interested to see if you're on the same page with us. And I just thought that was a really, really neat concept and attention to detail. That's probably my favorite thing about this particular pen. We have the Pin Trader frame representing Peter Pan, Isabella, Nemo, Tigger, Russell, Abu, Dodger, Esmeralda, and Remy. Limited edition of 250. People are going to split this up left and right because they did it in the first pin event last year when this concept came out. I kind of enjoy it. I would have preferred maybe something different. I don't love repeat designs, so this would be a no for me. But the other half of this channel was very intrigued by this, and she did like it. So maybe in the future, if we get super, super lucky, we can trade for one or win one. Who knows? I'm very optimistic about this. And then, last but not least, we have the Character Corkboard series. This is actually a giant corkboard, and this is a, how many pins is this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 pin set, all on a giant corkboard in relation to the pins, okay? I didn't put the description or the measurements, probably should have, but you know what? It's going to be in the link down below for you, okay? So you can go examine things to your heart's content. Limited $250. To me, it's very reminiscent of Epcot's Food and Wine pins from 2019, just based on colors and how they're kind of laid out on the pins, all right? There is something very interesting, though. On the Arial pin, it says Troll Magi Drome. Now, we thought her language was going to be somewhere like in the Mediterranean or maybe the Caribbean based on the live action, but it says that Troll Magi Drome is actually, what did I have here? Norwegian is what I remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it said Norwegian. That does not make any sense to me. Is that a typo, or like, is that a mistake? Somebody help me from the Disney design team, okay? I have questions. But I think this is a very interesting concept. Interesting that it's on its own corkboard. Like, is Disney moving to make additional corkboards in the future? I'm very excited to see what pin previews we get out of this event as well. My buddy Emily over at Emily Loves Pins and Melanie, you two need to get tickets so I can flip and see all the pins, okay? I need the pin previews. I need it. So, yeah, that's really fun. Good luck to everybody who is going for tickets. We really hope you guys get tickets if you want them and to enjoy all the trading that's going to go on. Very excited for you. Our final thoughts of the day. The entire catalog gets 4 out of 5 stars from us. That's right. We're super critical about pin catalogs on this channel, but overall they did a really good job this year. Congrats for bringing in a brand new character to Disney merch, which I absolutely need. It's a grail now. Some very common repeat characters is slightly disappointing, but lots of potential for new doors in the future. Guys, please continue to do great things in the art world as far as pins go. Please keep doing creative ideas, bringing those out to light. Maybe somebody at Disney watches your channel and really likes that idea. This is why I like to do the Apprentice Guild every single month. Just getting those ideas flowing, and I'm really happy that we could see some new things this year. Lots of good work from the Disney pin team. Congratulations, everybody. Good luck if you're getting tickets, or if you want to get tickets. Information about when tickets would be selling on the Disney website is up in the air right now at the time of this recording, so make sure to come back. We'll do a short when we know the information. We hope you guys have a pintastic day today, and leave your thoughts and comments down below in the description or in the comments section, and we want to engage with you guys, so let us know, okay? Are you excited about anything in this catalog? Are there grails for you? Is this a pass? Hope you guys have a pintastic day today, and we'll see you real soon, Pin Pals. Bye!